under management. Larry Fink is the CEO of this company and a close friend of Donald J. Trump. They've been working together since the 80s, I believe already. And so the most powerful individual in business and money and finance and stock exchange and stock markets, Larry Fink, is now Donald Trump's 2IC, managing the activities of the Fed. You cannot have a more powerful combination than that. What Donald Trump has done, literally, is unimaginable. And the reason why this has gone unreported by the mainstream media is because the mainstream media are also owned by the same people that own the Federal Reserve Bank, the banking families, the Rothschild Empire. They own all the central banks of the world. The Fed, the Bank of England, the South African Reserve Bank, Bank of Australia, Bank of India, all the central banks of the world are controlled by this global banking empire family group. Normally, the central banks are protected by the armies and the police force of all the countries until you get a president that realizes what's going on and he takes over that central bank because he can, because he controls the army, and the army is not going to go against him because he controls the army. Keep in mind that for the past 50 or 60 years, the United States military and army and the might of the USA military machine was used as the watchdog to go and protect the interests of the Rothschild Empire and all the countries of the world. So wherever there was a rogue or a potentially rogue leader or president that didn't want to play ball with the Rothschild Empire and their banking system, they would use the United States military, the might of the USA military, to go and invade and topple that regime. It had nothing to do with a threat to the USA or anything like that. It had always related to the threat to the Rothschild banking empire, because that particular leader or government did not really want to play ball with their central bank plan of action and the control of that country. And right now, since Donald Trump has taken over, this is no longer the case, because now we have a president in the United States that has resisted the control of the Rothschild Empire by taking over the Federal Reserve Bank. The Rothschild Empire doesn't have armies. They don't have armies or military. They use the armies and the military of the individual governments to protect their interests. That has suddenly changed. So this opens the door to leaders all over the world to do the same, to bring in the central bank into the government, knowing that you're not going to be invaded by the United States to topple your government because you're not playing ball with the Rothschilds, as this has been the case for so many decades now. So clearly this is an invitation from and through via the actions of what Donald Trump has done by taking over the Federal Reserve Bank, for all other leaders of the world to do the same, to bring in the central bank into the government and cut off the control of the Rothschild Empire in your country. So what Donald Trump has done, very cleverly shown every leader of every country in the world how to escape the draconian slavery system imposed on your country and on your government and your leadership, your presidency, your prime minister, whatever it is. All the leaders of all the countries can do the same. Do what Donald Trump did. Make sure you got your support of your armed forces, and then simply make a statement. We are bringing our central bank into the Treasury Department of our government, and from now on, you can control all the distribution and the printing and the creation of money for all the things you need. And then do the next thing, the same that Donald Trump did. Invite BlackRock, the most powerful company in the world, to come and help you manage this so that you don't come under attack. So now you got the president, the leader, bringing in, taking control of the central bank, and you got BlackRock standing by you to make sure that you manage it properly, that the market, that you don't crash the markets and you don't cause trouble, because keep in mind, the global markets are controlled by the banking families from the City of London. That's where they control the markets. The markets aren't just an accident that happens on their own, right?